Hey guys, welcome back. This is Bernard from the BTNHD, and today we're going to be looking at the Lenovo Ideapad Y700 Touch, which is also considered a mobile gaming workstation. So let's actually get to it. Alright guys, so let's get down to the Ideapad Y700 Touch specifications. Now this particular model is running a 6th generation 2.60 gigahertz quad-core i7 Intel processor. It has 16 gigs of memory, but you can max it out to 32 gigs. The display size is only 15 inches, and it's a full HD resolution of 1920 by 1080. It has 2 hard drives. Its primary hard drive is a 128 gig solid state drive, which is running Windows 10 Home Edition for your operating system. And your second hard drive is 1 terabyte SATA 3 drive. It's also running 2 graphics processor. One is your NVIDIA GTX 960M with 4 gigs, and also running an Intel HD graphics processor with the 530 series. It has a webcam in front, which is running a 720p, and the actual weight for this laptop is about 5.7 pounds. Okay, so the Ideapad Y700 Touch from Lenovo comes with many ports. Now, if you have the laptop facing you into the point that you're able to open it up, on your right-hand side, so let's turn it. On the right-hand side, we have our locking mechanism. It actually comes with a Ethernet port, which is awesome. It comes with an HDMI port and then 2 3.0 USB ports. On the other side, we actually have our AC adapter. This is where you plug in your power cord. We have one 2.0 USB. We have an SD card reader. We have our hybrid port, which allows you to hook up your headphones as well as your mic. And this little guy right here is the Lenovo recovery button, the reset button. So let's see how fast this particular laptop boots up. It is running an i7 6th generation processor, so that means it should boot up fast. Plus, its primary hard drive is a solid state drive. So let's press the power button as well as start the timer and go. So around 13.7 seconds it took for this particular laptop to boot up, which is not that bad. Again, I have the laptop set up to automatically log me in once I start up. If you have it locked to the point that you have to click on a username to put a password, give it a couple of seconds. And also, if you have multiple services running in the background, it's going to take a little longer. But overall, 13.7 seconds is extremely fast for this particular laptop to boot up. So one of my favorite parts about these hands-on review is benchmarking. It's all about the benchmark and the numbers. So I actually ran 3D Mark. And the 3D Mark numbers is this. On the Firestrike performance test, which is a high-performing gaming PC test, gave it 4060. Skydiver, which is a gaming laptop and mid-range PC, gave it 6418. CloudGate, which is a basic notebook and home PC, gave it 6838. And iStorm gave it 7614. I also ran Geekbench. And for Geekbench on a 64-bit benchmark, the single core gave it 3550, and the multi-core score gave it a whopping 13,124, which is huge. And the last benchmark that I did on the laptop was a memory benchmark. And as you can see as the numbers, the latency is 73.9 nanoseconds. The lowest score was the L1 cache. The reading and writing was about 1.2 nanoseconds, which is extremely fast. It's able to copy 769.5 gigs and per second. So that's pretty fast. I mean, again, the primary hard drive is a solid state drive, and then your secondary is a 1 terabyte SATA 3 drive. That's where you're going to store all your files in, and just let the operating system run on the C drive, and the boot time and everything else is going to run extremely smooth. All right, guys, so let's take a look at the multimedia benchmark. So what I like to do in this test is I have iTunes and Handbrake installed into the machine. Within iTunes, I have 10 audio files, and I normally select all of them. And once I select all of them, I like to just convert them into an AAC format. With Handbrake, I have a video file which is about, I would say, 30.1 megabytes. It's about 6 minutes to 7 minutes long. And within Handbrake, I like to convert that MP4 to an MKV format and drop it inside this video dump folder. So I'm gonna have both things running at the same time, and I'm gonna start the timer and see how fast it will work. So let's get inside my iTunes right here. Right click on that. Gonna go and create a AAC version, and then I'm gonna run over here, click on that, and then I'm gonna start. All right, guys, so the multimedia processing benchmark using Handbrake as well as iTunes took about 1 minute and 34 seconds. I would give it around 1 minute and 40 seconds because the whole fact of me clicking on iTunes and right-clicking and then going to Handbrake and starting, that was a couple of seconds. But overall, that's not that bad. Okay, so what about the imaging processing? Now, a lot of you guys are designers and use Adobe Suite a lot. So what I like to do on these hands-on is install Photoshop. I have CS6 and I have about, I'd say 15 photos that I took with a phone, and they're roughly between 29 to 35 megabytes in size. And I like to run a image processing action within Photoshop. So let's go to File, let's go to Scripts, Image Processor. Let's point to that particular folder. So let's go inside the desktop and my images. Press OK. From here, I like to save it with 12. And the action that I like to run is I like to do the color quadrant colors. And before I hit the run, let's have a little start and click run and start and see how fast it processes everything. And that's it, guys. It took about 47 seconds to process 15 images within Photoshop to do an action of quadrant colors. So that's pretty fast. And I can imagine if I had more images. So this is the image folder right here. Let's just double click on this. Double click on one of them. Yeah, sure, why not? And there you go. How awesome is that? That's not that bad for this laptop, 47 seconds. It's pretty awesome. So one of the most important things about being mobile is the battery life. Now the Lenovo Ideapad Y700 battery life only lasts about 2 hours and 51 minutes. As you can see, I started the laptop as a normal user with 93%. I took it out the box and I started using it off the bat. Basically installing applications, updating Windows operating system, checking email, watching movies, and it only lasts 2 hours. It completely shut down on me around 3:29 p.m. in the afternoon. So this basically means if you guys are going to be mobile with the Y700 Touch, please make sure that you bring your power adapter because you never know if you're doing something very important, you don't want your battery to die on you. All right, so you guys seen the specifications. I gave you guys a rundown on the battery, benchmarking with imaging processing, as well as using 3D Mark and Geekbench to show you the numbers. And overall, I think this is a great mobile gaming workstation. But the only downside about this is the battery. The battery would drain extremely fast. You guys have to make sure that you bring your AC adapter. If you're playing an intense game and you're not plugged up to an outlet, it's gonna run out extremely fast. Once I made the modifications on the NVIDIA graphics card and I tweaked it a little bit for my specifications, everything started running extremely smooth with no problem. Out of a 5-star rating, I would give it about 4 stars. The reason why I'm not giving it 5 stars is because of the battery. It'd have been awesome if the battery would last a little longer, giving me time to actually, be mobile. It's a mobile workstation, right? I don't want to have a lot of wires all the time, but overall, it's a great laptop. Don't forget about hitting that like button because it does support the Lenovo Ideapad Y700 Touch laptop. And I catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.